I heard somebody ask the question, is your life so empty that you love your job? They weren't talking to me directly, but my thought process response was, love the benefit of the income and that it doesn't stress you out to do it. I am on this crusade to put things into proper checks and balances from the consequences of slavery. And a lot of people have been slaves, not just black people, but since I was born in black skin, I chose to do my study on blacks. But you can apply this to poor people or people that have been marginalized across the globe, right? But since I'm a black in America, this is what my study is in relation to. So I question this whole process of being in love with your job and being so passionate about your job and selling this narrative or having this narrative crammed down your throat until you're programmed to believe it. So I, in my workforce experience, have come to the realization over years that I love to help people who allow themselves to be helped. Now, that's a part of me that's a reality no matter where I am, right? So, if I get to help hundreds or thousands of people within my career, I'm not. I'm not doing that for the organization. I'm not doing that solely for the prize of money. And I'm not doing it for a title. I'm doing it because that's how I show up in life. I'm helpful wherever I go. And anytime I'm not helpful, it's because there's been an experience that has shown me that my help is not wanted here. Again, like I said, I love to help people who allow themselves to be helped. So if I'm not helping, that's the scenario, right? So now, here's where the rubber meets the road. The skills I have honed over the decades to help people in my career is what you pay me for. I've been told we can't afford you. We really want you, but we can't afford you. So I don't let love, and I'm asking you not to let love turn you out and seeing yourself in a servitude or a slave related to traumatic experiences of how workforce was created and implemented in the United States. That's the premise of one of the premises of my dissertation. So the hypothesis is that this passion principle justifies social economic inequality and occupational segregation. So love and passion for the workplace is an unhealthy, the hypothesis of my dissertation was that love and passion for the workplace is an unhealthy concept or fallacy. So based on my research of multiple generations of blacks in America, part of the research finds one, Check 2021 found that fulfillment at work breeds inequality. Check, Tam, and Douglas, 21 and 22 respectively, in their research, found that wealthy people plus they're wealthy people from wealthy families are more likely to have jobs that they are passionate about in comparison to people without wealthy backgrounds, right? The third critical thing is that employers benefit when passionate workers put in more work without demanding compensation. These type of things lead to retirement insecurities. And not only that, it's a breeding ground for the ceiling of thoughts and the lack of elevation and worthiness. So again, you're putting in work without demanding a compensation. So using the example that, I enjoy helping people. Can I enjoy helping people? Can I enjoy helping people? And what's the root cause of my soul and life at work for money? That's where the process comes in when you're thinking. So is there anything that I'm being asked to do in this job description or on this job that would make me question myself with negative thoughts? That is something that everybody, if you're honest, you've had experience at work where what you were doing made you question yourself with a negative thought. Did I make a mistake, or is somebody just lying on me? Did I just put that idea forward and they shot it down, and 6 months later they came back and act like it was their idea and everybody did the hoorah, hoorah, and it became part of something that was going to be implemented at the office? See, that's the kind of stuff right there. That if you are in love with your job, that kind of stuff will have you messed up. That kind of stuff will have you feeling some kind of way. And that's where the inequality starts to creep in, even if it's real or unreal. Whether it's perceived to be true, you're entitled to your truth, right? I can read my writing. That was the second one, to reframe your thoughts towards elevation and worthiness with your organization. Again, these are some of the consequences of being in love and being passionate about your work, things that can creep in. The way that you embrace and validate success, because there's this monetary attachment to your workforce position, and you're talking about you love this thing. So what you choose to psychologically embrace and validate as success could become warped when you have this love and passion attached to the workforce, right? You'll start to learn over time, if you're going through this thing, that there's a small circle that listens to you without judgment and do not have irrational beliefs about you, and is grounded in reality. Now, where this piece comes in, earlier in my leadership career, people older than me that wanted to see me win had never had a conversation with me about where I wanted to go in my career. Hallway, university hallway, lunchtime, walking. Someone stopped me to ask a question. They used to call me like the campus mayor because I would broker and give people updates and figure out stuff. So something was true yesterday or this morning is not true now by lunch. And they would call me the campus mayor. So I would be politicking and explaining and doing stuff right. Somebody saw me having a conversation. Excuse me. Somebody saw me having a conversation with somebody. They had no idea what we were talking about. And this sister pulled me to the side the next time they saw me, and they said, be careful who you're seen talking to. It could affect your career. And I thought that was just so wild. I listened. The second thing she said, and she said also, was it years later she told me that one? In another conversation, she told me, the only people you trust at work is your face in the mirror and someone else that doesn't work at your organization. So the fifth and last thing is It allows you to show yourself compassion. Reflect on compensation in a constructive way to relate to yourself and others. So I hope this helps, and I hope this finds you well when we're talking about the things that lead to financial literacy issues and things that breed retirement insecurity. This whole misconception that jobs, you are supposed to be in love and passionate about your work. Attaching a dollar sign to the things that you love and that you're passionate about is a Western civilization rooted traumatic illness that people are buying into. There's another part in my study. Oh, did I put that in my study? This is part of the research that I was doing. People, no matter how much money they had or how little they had, before they died, they were interviewed. And as you know, if you follow this channel regularly, I'm an end-of-life doula as well. They asked them the things, what is it, now that you're turning this corner to transition, what are some of the things that you reflect on in your life right now? What's heavy on you? What's important to you? What are you thinking about as your life, you begin to transcend? And they said they worked too much and that they regret that they did not give that time to the people that really mattered in their life. No one's going to remember that you were late coming home, working while you're with your family, responding to emails and talking on the phone. Nobody's going to remember that except for, nobody in your job is going to remember that for damn sure. Nobody's going to remember that except for your children, your siblings, your parents, the people that you're leaving behind to mourn you. Now, if you have no family, your work family is your only family, I hope that you have nurturing relationships with them outside of the workplace where they would actually grieve you and they could honestly say, they gave more than they should have and they didn't demand compensation for it. But I've seen it on more than one occasion. Tell this last story and then I'm gonna let you go. Someone very significant. She was the provost at this black college I used to work at, university I used to work at. And she brought me in, right? Wasn't there long, found out that she had cancer. This woman worked up until 9 days before she died. And it was so heartbreaking to watch this woman fighting chemo and coming to work. So the day that she died, in the office, I'm reading my email. I scream because the email just shocks me. I hear other people starting to say stuff because it was this mass email, right, that goes through. And my office mate, we had separate offices but joining doors. She come running in. She was like, "You seen the email? You seen the email about doctor? You seen the email about doctor?" And I was like, man, just 9 days ago, she was right here. She was propped up against my door. They was trying to help her get to the car, blah, blah. Her family wasn't there for her. Her special assistant was there doing more than what she should have been doing. They pulled together a memorial for her that afternoon. She died like 4:30 in the morning. By the time we got to work, 8, 9 o'clock in the morning, we're being notified. And by the afternoon, they have a memorial for her. After the memorial, they set up a scholarship in her name and that kind of stuff, right? After the memorial, the president, I'm in the vice president's suite, the president, such and such, get her stuff, get all the stuff backed up and set it by the door. We need, and call her husband and tell him to come get it. We need somebody else in here by Monday. He walked away. We all just like, now mind you, it's not the first time I've seen that happen. I've seen that happen. I've seen that happen more times than I would want to admit. So, yeah, I hope this message finds you well, and I hope you find something in it that benefits you. Save your love for the people that love you, because I promise you, your job don't love you. They love what benefits that you bring to them. And I pray you get to a point, if you're not already there, where people understand they can't even afford you, and you're there because what I'm doing and the benefit and the income that it brings me, it doesn't stress me out to do it. Until next time, be well, be loved.